Hey there, my name is Benatcal, and I assume you clicked on this video thinking, is this guide going to help me at all? Well, I sure hope so, as I will be covering some aspects of the game Tales of Zestiria when it comes to equipment grinding, money farming and more. This video is segmented into 11 chapters, so feel free to click ahead and watch the parts you're interested in. You've played through Tales of Zestiria and enjoyed the story where Soray becomes a shepherd and is finding his companion Seras and humans alike joining him on his adventure to bring down the Lord of Calamity himself throughout the game. After finishing the game once or twice, or even more than that, you wish to have better gear to have an easier time for your next New Game Plus save file. Although most people would jump into a New Game Plus, I would still like to mention something that comes along to what you can do within your first playthrough and what your limits are. Something trivial like inventory space or potions that are kept at 15. At the start of a new game, you have access to only 4 difficulty settings. That being simple, normal, moderate and hard. Simple is the easiest difficulty as it allows you to breeze through the story with not so much level grinding required. Weaknesses and strengths across the board are a bit different in this one. Enemies are being scaled down in all aspects of the game as well. Normal difficulty is the casual difficulty setting with all things intended for a, normal playthrough. Moderate allows you to get higher quality equipment drops. Enemies are going to be a little higher in both level and stats. Their weaknesses and strengths are more noticeable, but you can actually have a better time in moderate than you could on normal. Hard is going to give you less experience but more money. Enemies are yet again on a higher level than on moderate and will also have higher stats respectfully according to their level. If you're having a hard time fighting a boss, don't feel bad about turning down the difficulty settings to be done with the boss and having it out of your way. There are 4 ways for the player to obtain equipment in Tales of Zestiria: enemy drops, merchant shops, chests, and of course, the equipment you start with. Once you have Lila, a fire seraphim, in your party, you will be rewarded with money and equipment from enemies you defeat in battle. The equipment you can get is going to be dependent on the enemy level. There are ways in increasing them, but I will get into that in chapter 5 of this video. Merchant shops will offer you different types of equipment, ranging from weapons, accessories, armor, boots and rings. The higher your level is with each merchant, the more will they offer in their shops. After each third battle you fought, the merchants will add random equipment in their shop, which you can check on your map under merchants with the shop icon. This way you don't need to run to the merchant whenever you're looking for something specific like a calcite sword or ember sword with nice abilities on them. This requires you to have bought the mats that the turtles provide you. Merchants also offer you to fuse equipment together. The way fusion works is that you need 2 of the same items of your choice and money in order to combine them. You can lower the price for fusion by using weapons that you have proficiency levels on. To increase your proficiency with those equipment, the stars you can see on each equipment is to use them in battle. The more stars, maximum of 5 per equipment, the less amount of money is going to be needed to fuse equipment together. Tales of Zestiria has 4 different kinds of chests. The normal chest, that can be opened without a key. Bronze chests that require a bronze key. Silver chests that need a silver key. And of course, golden chests that need a golden key. You will most likely find both the bronze and the silver key in your journey because they are literally on the path as you explore the ruins. The golden key, however, is a bit out of the way from your journey and you need to go to the Arctos ruins in order to get it out of a bronze chest. Now that you know on where to find the golden key, it's time to move on to making money. There are some methods to make money using Edna's support talent, money finding, chests, selling old equipment or items you don't need, and fighting basic enemies, bosses, and our main target, mimics. There are two types of mimic enemies in the game, those being mimic zombies and mimic giants, the later ones starting to spawn at level 76 and above. There are meals offered at inns that will help you get more money. Lady Lake, the smoked salmon. When max hit is 50 or more, receive a 30% gold bonus. Marlin, the Scotch eggs. When battle time is less than 15 seconds, receive a 20% gold bonus. In Bell, the bacon wrapped asparagus is going to reward you with a 40% gold bonus when the battle time is less than 10 seconds. In Pendrago, using the chilled tofu, when max hit is 75 or more, receive a 75% gold bonus. In Godarden, the fried chicken, when the max damage is 5000 or more, receive a 50% gold bonus. In Logren, the deep fried prawns, when the max damage is 10,000 or more, receive a 75% gold bonus. You can clearly see which food from the available inns will help us the most here for our money grind. Drop bottles will help increase gold dropped by enemies, further increasing our amount of money we can make off a single mimic giant. Keep in mind that you can use more than one drop bottle per battle. In a fresh new game file, you can hold up to 15 drop bottles only, but in the new game plus with double items for your inventory, you can hold up to 30 bottles instead. The battle action, gold style and double gold will boost your income as well. But keep in mind that gold style will give you less status increase when you level up. Do you wish to boost your gold rewards even more than just that? Lot of the Land will help you with a gold boost boon you can unlock at around Lot of the Land level 20, around 25. Lot of the lands are leveling by the amount of grade points you earn throughout the game. Since there are about 8 different regions, that would mean you would need to level them up one after another. Sounds like a real hassle, I know. You can earn the most amount of grade points by defeating strong foes with a mystic art, however. You can also offer items and equipment at Lord of the Lands for grade points. I suggest leveling Alkan at Logren at first to his maximum level, because he has the shortest distance to the best merchant shop and food buff at the inn, which are nicely located in Logren as well. Any money you make by killing bosses towards the end of your first playthrough should be spent on items like gels and bottles to increase his level, and you can reach level 10 easily because you can find about 6 bosses alone located at Artorias' shrine that will also drop you equipment that can be turned into unnamed equipment by sanctifying them after fusing them to a +10. Hexen Isle has another 9 bosses that will handsomely reward you with money and a good portion of grade and experience. Make sure to loot all the chests for all the other possible unnamed equipment pieces. I can already hear the questions about how to even get to the Hexen Isle. Remember when you defeated old Kittybeard at the top of Artorias' shrine? Yeah, just go towards the final boss again and you will be presented with a teleporter that will bring you to the Hexen Isle. Once you finish Hexen Isle, Heldalf will be tougher to beat because he will be resistant to all attacks and will have more HP as well. Enemies will drop certain types of equipment primarily, like swords, short swords, armor, rings, and more. You can check your map by pressing R3 or RS on your controller and then choose the map you want to look at. After that, you will be presented with a list of enemies that will also give you information about what they will most likely drop for you upon defeating them. There are about 4 ways to increase your odds to gain an equipment drop. Using dark bottles, the luring support talent from Rose and Dazzle or Zavid, mystic arts by killing an enemy equals to skyrocketing the chances of getting a drop. There are 2 different Lot of the Land boons you can use. Drop rate boosts and tribute from the defeated. The drop rate boosts, you can have up to 2 boosts equipped by a single Lot of the Land. The tribute from the defeated means pretty much you equip a calcite sword, and if you defeat an enemy that drops a calcite sword, you're going to get way more than just 1 or 2. There's also another factor what equipment will be dropped by enemies in terms of their level. You can raise the enemy level by setting Norman in your Lord of the Land menu, which you can find throughout the game. On a little side note, you can find about 48 of them after defeating the Golden Knight in Marlin's Museum, who turns out to be a tag, your very first Norman in your collection. Equip the support talent Norman Finder for both Edna and Lila to increase the detection range for Normans. Phoenix is the Norman you will have to fight in order to receive him as your 50th Norman in the collection, after finding, of course, all the other 48 Normans. Normans are not the only tool at your disposal to increase the enemy level. The battle action Double Norman from the Great Shop when you start a New Game Plus playthrough will boost the enemy level according to the Normans ×2. Simple difficulty offering the lowest possible level, and hard for your first playthrough being the highest. On a little note, keep your inventory in check. If it gets too full, you will receive less loot. Tales of Zestiria has 2 ways of unlocking difficulties. Fight enough battles on the hardest difficulty available to you and unlock one difficulty after another. Play through the game once, beat Hell Elf, and go into New Game Plus to have instant access to both Intense and Chaos difficulty. Normans are cute little helpers when it comes down to equipment grinding and leveling in general. You can find up to 50 Normans across the entire game with the exception of Attack and Phoenix. Attack is available to you once you defeat the Golden Knight in Marlin's Museum and the Drake within Marland. Edna's support talent, Norman Finding, will make it easier to spot the Normans on the map. Once you reach Goddarden and visit the inn, Lila is going to be able to use a support talent as well, increasing the range detection of Norman you haven't found yet. If you set a Norman in one area of the Lord of the Land, they will increase the enemy level from +1 up to +10 per Norman. You want to have more Normans checked in at a single Lord of the Land? Level up your Lord of the Land high enough and gain access to additional 2 slots for them. Unnamed equipment in Tales of Zestiria is very special in terms of stats being super low, but you can actually fuse any equipment of the same type with them, allowing you to start off a New Game Plus with some decent gear. Locations on where to find each equipment that can be turned into unnamed equipment is pretty much just about 2 locations. One being Artorius' throne, all types of weapons. 1 sword, 1 short sword, 1 paper, 1 staff, 1 umbrella and 1 pendulum. The second location is Hexenheim. You get another 1 short sword, 1 women's armor, 1 man's armor, 2 boots, 2 rings, 1 earring, 1 hairband, 1 circlet, 1 tiara and a hat. For those who wish to reach level 200 in some way or another, this part is for you. I highly suggest getting both double style and triple style, as these battle actions from the Great Shop at the start of a New Game Plus playthrough will immensely shorten the way to level 200. You want to do the same procedure, like money farming, by looking for mimic giants and have the food buff from the crab omelette active, which you can find at the inn inside Cut's Corner that will earn you a plus 60% bonus experience after hitting 10,000 damage in total. You've opened up all chests and you're wondering, hey, how exactly do the chests restore their contents? Is it time? Battles fought? The answer to that is movement between maps. You need to move up to 5 different maps in order to trigger a restoration for all chests. Since the Arcus Ruins are our main area where we do the money and EXP grinding, it is in our best interest to get them restored as fast as we possibly can. Now, about how to go over there, you want to equip both wind stepping support talents from Zavid and Micleo. You teleport over to Lady Lake inside the Sanctuary. Walk from Lake Heaven Heights over to Falkwind Hillside. From Falkwind Hillside, move towards Marland and then go inside the inn. From the inn, teleport back to Arcus Ruins and continue the money or experience grind. Rinse and repeat, you'll end up with a lot of money and of course with a lot of experience points too.
Snacks are ready. I hate busy work like this.
Thank you very much for spending your valuable time watching this video. If you have enjoyed the video until now and you would like to see more of it, consider hitting the like button and leaving a comment down below if you want me to go into detail for a certain topic in Tales of Zestiria. Have a nice day!